and looking like the serpent due to the mixing of seeds. Another topic for another time. But let us continue. Because I don't want you to begin to think that I'm actually talking about a snake. Because in actuality, the word in Genesis for this serpent is Nahash in the Hebrew language, which means whisperer. Which is interesting, since snakes don't have voice boxes, do they? No. This must mean that a person or a group of people have the characteristics of a serpent, a word which further means the whispering of a soothsayer to practice divination. These serpents were trying then and do now. They were trying to bite at the woman's heel, which, by the way, this word heel is akav in the Hebrew, and means to supplant, circumvent, take by the heel, follow at the heel, assail insidiously, overreach, which is what has happened to us as a people worldwide by way of COINTELPRO and straight up Uncle Tomism, amongst many other tactics that is part of the reason for our activism being zilch on any serious level in the grand scheme of it all. The other part of which is simply self-hate, brought on by this divination, divide a nation. Wordplay. Called religion today with our 4,000 plus churches. I guess we'll be 4,001. A big part of our stagnancy is self-hate. This self-hate is maintained by many things, many of which fall under the umbrella of media. However, my observation and those of the Coptic Church of the Black Messiah is that religious identity or lack thereof is the root of our self-hate, and especially in the Nubian Melaninite community, since we find it so hard to love and worship self and kind. As I said earlier, my people have been played with by words. So much so that the words that would allow us to identify ourselves as the so-called chosen people of the scriptures would have been removed, overlaid, and supplanted by the serpent seed who came into ancient Africa known as Tamare to supplant the very people of the scriptures. As for example, Jacob, again, which means to supplant, would have done to Esau. And let me be clear right now that I'm not being racist, as the very words Holy Bible translates to Helios Biblos. Helios meaning sun, Biblos meaning Egyptian papyrus. The sun pages or pages of the Most High of the Tamarians who were Nubian, Melanite, or black. The question is, how have we gotten here to where we are now? But let us continue. You see, we, the Nubian Melanites, are the original groups of the Ishmaelites, Israelites, and Midianites, who were supplanted by the Ishmaeli, also known as the Philistines or the Palestinians, the Israeli, also known as the Jebusite Jews, as seen in Revelation 2 verse 9 and 3 verse 9. They are also known as the Tsars of Russia. And last but not least, the Medani or the Mitanni, known as the Hittites, again originally known as the Midianites. All of these supplanters were from the tribe of the biblical Canaan, also known as the Hyksos, or Harabu, or Hebrews. We Nubian Melanites are a people that share the blood of the 12 royal families of ancient Africa, known as Tamare, of which I can explain at another time, but they were mistakenly called the 12th dynasty in Egypt and watered down to become what is biblically called the 12 tribes today. My people, we are unaware of and unable to tap into this reality because we are bombarded with the notion of double consciousness and have fallen victim to living up to the perception that our oppressors have of us, making us by extension our very own oppressors and worst enemy. Hence, we never, and I dare say never, will reach a level of healthy activism in this country without ridding ourselves of the self-hate and double consciousness as defined by our elder, W.E.B. Du Bois, that is injected in us by way of religion. We must go back to the Word, because in the beginning was the Word, which is defined in the book of John as logos in the Greek, as in logic, or logical. And logically speaking, we must address the venom that has poisoned us, religion, with the true religion and culture of our ancestors. And let me just be clear, when I say that, I'm not advocating any one organization. There's no one organization that's going to bring about freedom for all humanity. Freedom is a strategic thing. It's not a one organization or one person thing. But in finding our true religion and culture of our ancestors, we must separate the words of God from the words of men. We must find our perfection again, which for the Coptic Church is known as atonism, or those things meant for atone, a symbol of the Most High in ancient Africa, or atonement, balancement. Because without the scales being balanced, justice, ma'at, will never prevail. And our activism would have taken on its root word of just being an act. Thank you.